Yeah. What are you looking at? You over on EJ again tonight? It's got these consistent lower highs and lower lows day after day, last 3 days. Yeah, if you look at on EJ, I'm looking at the hourly for the last one, two, three, last four, like 3.5, 4 sessions. If you look at the hourly, it's just got this kind of channel trending down. Am I seeing it? What time frame are you on? Oh, okay, gotcha.
What's up, Regine? Hello, hello.
As far as the eye can see, my God, it'll be beautiful. Check out the Squire strap I got for $200. What a bargain.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Paul, I just looked at, we got a lot of red folder news, a lot of British folder news tonight, right? Looks like it. A lot of them. I'm on TradingView. You don't see that? I'm sorry. I'm on GJ. My bad. Yeah. So sorry, it's 11 p.m. my time. I'm calling it tonight. Sorry. What? No. All that up. No, but what's all that up? Dude, I swear, I'm looking at CPI, month over month, year over year, core CPI, RPI. Those are all, yeah. Dude, I'm gonna screenshot you this. This is crazy. I don't know why it's red on mine. I mean, I know I'm red, green, colorblind, but come on, this can't be like that. Can't be like that. I'm gonna Discord you this right now.
Hello.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
Hey, buddy, how you doing, mate?
Good.
Hello, what's up, Burns? How's it going?
Berkeley right now.
Oh, that's cool. How's the record going?
I'm not trading, but I told you guys we would still hang out on Asian for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, do questions, charts, make some plans for tomorrow, stuff like that.
East Bay roots, and then he's grown the whole Bay Area and nationwide, and he's one of the best in the game, buddy.
Chill.
Chill,
Chill.
chill,
Chill.
chill,
Chill.
chill.
Hey, do you sometimes kind of wish I'd gone to law school?
Does TradingView and Forex Factor normally have conflicting data? Yeah, when you click on it, it opens up. That's what I was talking. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was like. I see a ton of red stuff here. Am I going like batty or what?
This is our weekly low so far. Got a daily high there. 4 hour. This is going to be a pretty significant area here. And I'd say this area as well. Let's see some support to form there. Looks like it's forming a little bit up here. Mark that and tweak it as we drop on the time frame hourly. Like that. Got resistance there. That was resistance. Support, support, support. A little bit of resistance and then support there. Alright, I'm gonna tweak these. Do like how we're looking. Yeah, both of those look pretty solid. Check out the 4 hour. 4 hours bearish, but coming into support. Might push that wick fill looking at the kind of the structure of the 4 hour. Got these three tops on EJ. So lower high, lower high, lower high. Maybe we come push the low like we did here. Up, Justin? I think gold will probably go up at some point. A night in Asian? Maybe range or push up to here. I think the 4-hour on GJ could push down. Let's see what the last.
And it's got some support around 130 to 150 area on the hourly.
Where?
On GJ, on the hourly, it's got some.
Right in here.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I would think we could target.
Yeah.
Nope, no candle patterns, just candles. Highs and lows of candles. Preferably on the 30-minute. Sometimes I get a little anxious and jump on the 15, but the better trades always end up being on the 30-minute.
Can you pull up UG real quick? I just wanna quickly tell you, talk to you about something on the stream. And can you go on 4-hour? Yeah, generally when this is just I know it's coming down or whatever, but I just want to talk about the 4-hour rule. I know people hear me say and people hear you say a lot, and one thing I think people get mixed up for myself is that I'm not too strict on the 4 hours. So it's this is a good example. Is clearly we're in a downtrend here, right? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish 4-hour candles, and we finally had one bullish 4-hour candle. So it's typically people my plan would be looking for a buy if the previous one is bullish one, but bullish one. But here this is just to let you know, you just gotta understand structure and just understand the market, which way it's trending, right? Just because we had one bullish 4-hour doesn't mean that we're going to continue moving up now. So now Paul, if you look on can you drop down to the 30-minute and 15-minute? Can you do 15-minute? I think it was 15-minute where I saw it. Oh no, it's right there too. Okay, I can show it. So clearly we had the 4-hour and the bullish 4-hour, but if you look at lower time frame structure, I know it's not as clear, but it's if you were to see something like this when it came back up, couldn't break to a left here, and then if someone was looking for a trade early on and they took it at the break of this 30-minute, they could have had stop loss at the above. It is bigger, but with the idea that it's gonna break these to a left or do the wick fail at least down here, if that makes sense. And if you drop down to a 50-minute, I think it's more clear. There's more options. Yeah, on the 50-minute. So even if you weren't looking for the 30-minute because the stop loss was too big, if the previous was bullish and we were only looking for buys, and lower time frame makes up higher time frame, is one way not to be as strict on that, as the trend is coming down. So we should be creating resistance and not necessarily support. So another area where a possible trade could have been taking place, this happened earlier on that I was watching, is this current 50-minute is it broke the high, and then it just came down. I was watching the M4 and broke the low, which is the rocket ship candle. When it breaks the high first and then breaks the opposite side, usually we see good volume to opposite side, and that's exactly what happened here. We saw a good volume that happened. This happened just before I think open, and then we had open here, and then continue to shoot down. I just want to clear that up for the stream, because they hear me say this, and you say obviously the 4-hour rule, and that's one reason why I'm not so strict on that. I use it as a bias, but when the lower time frame structure is creating structure to continue heading down, and the trend is bearish, why would I force your trade for buys? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to just jump in real quick with that. So now I think the call for UG would be possibly we kind of had the move down already. It could see a retest trade, since it is just Asian Open happened 20 minutes ago. So possible retest up to this area to continue taking it down. swinging it into London possibly if you do set like a bigger stop loss. If you look at a daily, you can set it at a daily high and then continue taking it down. But that's just like a bigger idea.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Definitely only looking for sells there for sure.
Yeah, just like one candle, it doesn't just mean like we look for buys necessarily. That's why you don't got like for the chat. They you just don't be too strict on a rule like that. Like use it with common sense. It's like clearly the trend was bearish there. There's no need to force a buy there if the structure's not forming for it.
Yep.
Give him the disclaimer, Gurchat.
Yeah. Oh, Noah.
Otherwise, he'll tear up your chart on Discord in private chat.
Noah caught the UJ. Doesn't say, yeah, UJ sells 25 pips, runner at break even in the Discord chat.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I've been feeling good lately. And it feels good to feel good again.
Looks like there's decent volume in Asian today.
Mm.
We'll see if it continues for the rest of the week. Was there good volume yesterday? I wasn't watching. Was I watching? No, I wasn't watching. I don't think so. Andy, were you watching it? No, Andy. I know you were watching it. Andy,
Yeah, off and on.
It wasn't like consistently good volume for like at the beginning of the session, continuing for like an hour and a half.
Well, like I was telling you on Discord, I was looking more towards what was setting up for pre-London.
Oh yeah.
Because it was just kind of like puttering around, and I thought it was just basically trying to. Well, the problem really on GJ yesterday was that it broke that support. Not a problem, but it broke that support, and then it kind of sputtered around underneath it a little bit, and I was like, "Uh-oh, we're getting a pre-London. Here we go." And then London was the setup.
Yeah, you can't be married to trades, like you said. When you saw the fake out, you need to manage, like just close it out. Usually, because remember, when there's a fake out like that, it's gonna continue in the other direction with good volume.
Yeah.
So while we're just waiting and just looking at the charts, let's look. Paul, can you pull up GJ and like higher time frame to see where it might go higher time frame for London? I'm on it today, bro. I got a boost of energy. Can you pull up like just higher time frame daily to see what the daily's been doing? Possible one thing I see is a retest here. Oh, this was a retest to this zone here, and then if it breaks the previous daily, we should continue filling these wicks and then clean traffic to the left, like some sort of long-term trade if anybody is looking for long-term trades. Because it looks like basically like the setup that we always like we kind of consolidated here. So this gibberish, other than the fact that it's created a resistance or a wiki area that we need to pay attention to. So like, idea is this is what happened. It came up, kind of consolidated here, did nothing, and then came up, then retested where we consolidated. Idea is that we should continue up, breaking these wicks since we've already broken the. This is July. No, this is June. Was it July or June?
June 5th and June 8th.
Yeah, the wicks that we were looking at. I know Andy wasn't looking at them all, and then clean traffic to the left, and then what was the target? Clean traffic to the left if we go up. How many days?
February 3rd and 4th, 141236.
Yeah, so
400 pips.
Yeah, so there's like a possible long-term idea, and if you go on the 4 hour,
it's about 180 from where we're at.
Yeah, so 4 hour, we would have to break these two resistances. Mainly, I would say the bottom one, because if you break this resistance, would you not agree that like the trend is going to continue up, and it doesn't take its time but break the resistance just above it and then continue up? Because it shouldn't just break this resistance and then come back down like the first resistance, if that makes any sense.
If we break the first one, we'll break through all of it.
Yeah.
Probably in London or New York, though, not in Asian.
Yeah, just setting up for London, I'm saying.
Yeah, Asian will set up the daily low, and then London will maybe retest it, or London will drive us up, and New York will pull us, retest it, NYSE will continue, or they'll all just be rallying really hard. It'll kind of depend how we're moving tomorrow. How we set up in London, and then pre-NY, NY, and then NYSE will either be continuing it or reversing it, pulling it back to support or resistance.
And NYSE usually reverses it, right?
It did last week, every session except Monday, Tuesday. This week, was today? No, today on GJ,
No.
there was no reversal. It continued.
Yeah, carried the move.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one thing too, if that 4 hour does close bullish, for if anybody is looking for like more of a higher time frame trade, idea, I mean, not a trade necessarily. Like, I don't want to call it a trade. I'm not going to be there. But like, idea is if the 4 hour does close bearish, or if the current one, if it breaks, then if it breaks that high, I think that's a good higher time frame trade. If you take entry once it breaks the top wick, and then stop loss would be under the current, under the previous 4 hour, which is the current, or if the current one does like a rocket ship candle.
Well, yeah, think about it. We got 34 minutes left in this 4 hour candle, right? So, I mean, it could very well just hang tight right here around 400, 139, 400 to make a solid support on the 4 hour.
Yeah, I think if this 30 minute, it's reacting kind of hard off the support that Paul had drawn out. If this 30 minute close like this and the next one breaks high, we might see a flip in the 4 hour candle, and it might close doji or like a bullish or bearish doji.
Yeah.
Resistance was up over here when we were over here, but then we did like a little fake out, came back, and then pushed through there. So this is probably a pretty strong area.
Strong support, yeah. So if the next 30 minute breaks this high, I think at least he'll go to the top of this range here and maybe flipping the 4 hour. That's the idea that you can be looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing about this current 4 hour candle is it's got an upper wick that's taller than the previous and a lower wick that's below the body of the candle. Like it's a little bit all over.
Yeah. But that's one thing that also gives me more of a confidence that it's going to continue on the higher time frame compared to daily. It's going to keep going up.
Yeah, it's got more room to play. 36, yeah, it's like a 34 pip candle.
Let's see what happens.
Or candle and wick.
Yeah, so the two.
Hers calling one out.
Pull up EJ, bro. Let me check. I don't see him. Let me message in the Discord. That's Andy. Andy's got to answer that. I know he uses EMAs. I don't know too much about him. Where's your EMA?
I just look
guy?
at the daily, just the daily 50 and 200 on the daily for me.
We got 1 minute till this 30-minute closes.
Yo, we're about to get into right now. About to cover from A to Z. How I really get down. I'm talking about getting silly. Yeah, wild. Happens everywhere, coast to coast. Yeah, I'm talking about that con life. Yeah, I got a delicate balance between what I do for pay and what I do for play. Which would I choose? I don't think that I could say.
If this volume continues for the rest of the week and then it's good volume for Sunday and Monday, I might look to trade Asian again then next week Tuesday. If there's no other holidays or anything. Because that would be like a good consistent week of good volume, and then Sunday and Monday, if it's good volume, then the rest of the week should have it. Theoretically, that's what I think. It feels good to be organized again and trading, like journaling everything again.
Good job, man.
I've been slacking, but like the moment you do it, you're like, oh, it feels good. Feels more like work then, which sometimes you need.
Where I spend the core amount of my time and my money, and in the end, but I'm rich in the memories of hanging with my homies, meeting cool cats who never would've known me, keeping on schedule, man, that's half the battle. Right now, I'm sure I'm late to my own damn panel. So I kick back a Red Bull, now I got wings. Hello, I'm here to talk to you about raps and things. Since you're here, come and kick it with the NPCs. If you chill, we don't care about who you be. Yo, let me see your hands if you about that kind of life.
Can you see the 30 on GJ right now? And possibly 15 minutes after. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ramadan, we'll pull up charts. I actually forgot to pull one up.
I kind of miss Asian like doing this.
Oh.
Oh, you guys didn't? After I left, duo? How many kills? Are you finally done the thing or no? What was it? Bro, hurry up and do this so you can run CTO. Nah, CTO bro.
Buy zones 50 to 61.
What is this, GJ?
Yeah.
Hour?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I would say, if I don't trade like this, but wouldn't it be like have a buy zone, like where you're buying from? If it comes down and taps this old resistance, possibly, if that makes any sense. I don't trade like this at all, so I may be completely wrong. But like if it taps this resistance, as it is somewhat of a strong, no, not strong. It tapped it one time, taps that, so it's like this, and then continues up.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what they're looking for. Buy zone is going to be this 51 and the 61. 50 to 60.
Like anywhere there, okay. What is that? Doji. Wait, what does this say is a doji? Oh, it just tells you what each candle is. What is BE? Break even. Oh. Yeah, so in golf, there's one next to it. That's a cool thing for like beginners.
Is that me rapping in the song? Yep. Yeah, this is my rap. Trade, rap, body build, God,
New channel, rapping with Paul.
a little bit of everything. Yeah. I'm gonna start a food one. Paul's Food Network.
Eating with Paul.
Eating with Paul. Cleaning with Paul. I'm gonna start cleaning.
Yawning
When
with
do you
Paul.
clean?
Nice. Cleaning with Paul. I don't know. I don't know. It can't. So we've had this conversation, I think, before. You've had it on the stream where it's more of a reflection of what price has done and what it might do. It's not always necessarily a confirmation, but it does help kind of shore up what the general idea is, especially. And we can do this at a different time, but if you want to go back in July, you want to look at the fifth. If you want to look at the daily EMA, the 50 and the 200 on GJ, this is what formed the entire conversation between me and Gurjot about whether we were going to 132 or 139.
The EMA. What did the EMA confirm that it was going to 141?
No, remember how it was wedging in and it was
It
was underneath the 200 but above the 50. And I was saying eventually we're going to get so tight in there, it's going to have to choose a direction. And the direction could be, the catalyst could be news. The catalyst could just be price. It could just be the pressure of the pair.
Grab my phone. If this doesn't break, if the current 30-minute doesn't break the what was I gonna say? The previous 30-minute, I think that's some sort of strong support that we might go up again. Chat, send your charts. Will someone send the chart? Remodel.
And then there's even, you can even change what kind of measurement it is. The high-low divided by 2. It could be high-low, median, and average divided by 4. So there's lots of different ways to weight the moving averages.
EJ break and retest. Yeah, we'll check that out real quick. I was saying the crosses on EMAs, that means something, right?
They can. It's always kind of a reflection of what has happened, right? Because if you're looking at a crossover on the candle it happened, it's typically already made a move. So for my purposes, it's more of a confirmation of continuation in the direction on the H4 and daily. I don't really use it for low time frame stuff because it's not reliable for me, or I don't know it well enough. Yeah, I mean, you can make an argument for, if you throw some EMAs in there like you're doing, and then you look at past price, and when it rockets up, it eventually gets kind of overbought, or rockets and tumbles down and gets oversold, and then it gets closer and closer back to its quote-unquote average, and then it'll make a move to continue or cross.
There's different kind of like moving averages, like exponential and stuff like that. On MT4, it's you have more options when you pull up on MT4. It'll say like period, and it'll say like do you want exponential or simple or whatever it is. So it's
I mean, I think there's something to be said for some of these. I know they keep getting called indicators, but really a lot of these things are just reflections of what prices are done. But there's people out there that are using these to make their decision. So it's not like they just exist for the sake of it. So I think the weight you give it is really going to depend on how successful you have been with it or without it. And then I've ditched stuff that I couldn't figure out or was too difficult just because it didn't match what I was trying to accomplish in my day. And Henry's got a lot to say about it, but Henry needs to turn his mic on.
Hello,
Henry needs
hello.
to start a channel called Trading by Train.
But the reason why I'm saying is key is like we broke this low here, right? The idea is if someone got in a sell when they break the low, the idea is they should continue here. The fact that it's kind of in this still same zone, area, key, whatever you like to call it, and it's like it's not continuing down and breaking past it. It's that's a good thing to notice, because now the 4 hour is closing in 15 minutes. So it's like if you're using the 4 hour rule, and then are you gonna be in sell, like, and your mentality is, oh, now I have to watch out for sells. I would say just be careful with the support there. The lower ones don't respect it. When you go like 50, it doesn't respect it as much on higher time frame. But when you go like 200 or like whatever it is, they respect it more. It's something like that. It's something weird like that. Type in 200. Like switch that to 200. Bro, the line disappeared. Never mind. I have no idea how to use them. Ooh, so if it was 21, it tapped it here. So what would be the idea? That's gonna go back up now?
We have tapped our 21 EMA. Full margin buys. No, I mean, I don't.
I just don't personally use them myself because I like to keep my trades clean as possible. That's the
Same. I agree. I agree. I don't disagree.
And yeah, and to me, I understand like how Andy uses it as like a secondary confirmation, like how I have my tiny things where Weck does it. This is whatever you prefer. For me, I like to rather just look at the trend how it is myself, and decide for myself which way I want to go. Chat, see what's happening at the zone. What it is? Yeah, that's exponential moving average area. That's what the EMA stands for. I think so. Okay, MT4, bro. I'm telling you, it's on the MT4. Oh yeah, it's a different one. Look to your left there, top left. See, do 200 for now, and now do 200 for like the higher time frames. Just to see how it looks. Come on, for me, please. Bro, it just disappears. Nah, what do you mean? He can catch you down here on the 30 minute. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to use these things. It just disappears on me.
So when you have a 200 units of measurement on a smaller time frame, they're going to be less and less valid and trustworthy. So that's always going to be the issue. So it's always 200 units of whatever time frame you're on. So if you're on a day, you're looking at 200 days. If you're looking at the hour, you're looking at 200 hours.
Oh, so that's what the numbers mean.
That's why you have to be very careful with which ones you're looking at for either a crossover or a support. So when you and I were having that conversation about which way is GJ going to go, it was floating above that 50 EMA on the daily, and either had to try to break the EMA on the way down or push through the 200 on the way up, and it made the stronger move and it went up.
So right now we're looking at 200 21 30 units, as you mean like 30 candles, like that's what the average is taking out of 21 30-minute candles, if I'm understanding it correct.
Yeah, think of like averages. You know, did averages in school? What's the average of these 30 numbers? And it was whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so this is like now when it's 50, so this is 50 30-minute candles average, and this is what the average is doing. So it says it's going to continue up because it's going up here, or would it be like I would have to tap in and take an entry?
Yeah, so you're going to find instances all over the chart where a price either respected that or of course at some point it disrespects that. So when it eventually crosses a major EMA, like that GJ daily 200 EMA, like when it does it and it's going to go that way for long term, it just goes that way. Like if you go back and you look at the daily and you look at when it crossed in July, and then it's just stayed since then. And then now the 50 overlapped the 200. So the 50 is underneath the support of all the daily candles we've had for the last 3 weeks.
On Acer daily. Do a quick Google search. Search up what is the best EMA for a scalper in trading or Forex. For scalping.
3.3% win rate. Bet. Guaranteed 350
scalping signals.
Yo, Asian and NY about to get. Ooh, bro, we about to get lit. 34 EMA. 34. I'm kind of liking the lower numbers, to be fair. Okay, so support. Kind of what I'm looking at there already with price action. That would just be kind of like extra confluence and maybe give you more structure. That's kind of the approach I'm trying to look at this with, is just keeping it, or not keeping it, but making it even more simple. Because the 4-hour rule, it kind of gets messed up with structure. So like, yeah, we're bullish, but we're also making lower highs. So it kind of can go back and forth. I want more of a set in stone, like if we're above, we're buying, if we're below, we're selling, kind of thing. Just a
And
little
Paul,
more simplicity
there's
for
times.
myself.
I'm
What's
sorry.
up?
I was just saying, there's times where you're gonna see some sort of moving average get respected on a smaller chart, even though it may not be reflecting it in a higher time frame, right? Because in a 4-hour candle, we have the composition of 4 1-hour candles, which is 8 half an hour, et cetera, et cetera. So depending on how many people are swimming in the pool on a higher time frame, depending on whether you're looking at someone's trading the 4-hour and 4-hour only, or the 15-minute only, sometimes you'll get one window that confirms something, and it just gets enveloped in a larger time frame that's higher up.
Yep. Yeah. So it's basically, I agree. So basically, it's just gonna make it more consistent. It won't be like, well, today I think this, or tomorrow I think this. It'll be, nope, this is what it is. That is it. And that's kind of where I want to get back to. I think that would be very, very helpful. Who knows? Maybe EMA is.
I will tell you that once. GJ crossed the 200, I was like all the way up.
So are you considering using EMA's, Paul?
No, I'm gonna cut out.
So you would try to use it like as almost like extra confirmation to like your, you know, how you regular trade, or? And is that something maybe you could take to like the simulator and help, like, you know, hash that out? Okay, that makes sense.
What would the 3 EMA for 1 minute scope? Time frames to use for scoping: 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute.
So, nope. We're gonna use 30-minute. Oh, GJ's a good scalper.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah. See, that just makes it. That's too much. I just want something simple. Like, we're underneath, only take sells. So then consistently we're always only doing this underneath, or consistently always only doing this above. Kind of add more consistency to the trades, I think. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's not EMAs. Maybe we'd use something else. We'll see. I'll play around with some stuff.
Yeah, if you use EMAs, definitely keep us updated on that, because I feel like there's so much stuff on this website. Like, something's gotta be decent, you know? No, like on TradingView, how it has like all this like extra stuff that you could be doing. They got all types of settings and extra gadgets and shit. Like I feel like something's got to be decent.
Yeah, this song is good. It's a very good song.
Can you just do the 3 EMA for 1 minute just to see what it looks like? No, do one. Click one on it. I mean three. I'm sorry, I meant 3. Like the EMA 3, like EMA 34. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just see it on Google right there. I'll see what it does. No, 3. Just 3. Just 3. Yeah. What is it like? Can you zoom in a bit? No, I can't really see anything. Also, but if you go even number 30, so there's no 4 extra candles, so just like 30 on the dot. What is that? Slightly different.
Yeah, and I missed it. What did he say? The different numbers for the EMA. What does that mean?
It's like I think from what I got, it was like it's like 30 years. So there's 30. The average is taken from 30 candles or whatever the time frame is. If it's like daily, so there's 30 daily candles, and that's where the average is taken from. So like in the daily, so it's like there's 30 daily candles, and then that's the average of it. That's what that's what I think it is. So if you count back 30 candles, it'll be from there and moving forward or something like that.
So what's cool is you notice when you got here, I had the zones marked up, and then we started playing around with this EMA. Looking like this thing, support here, which is right where we marked with price action. So might little extra confluence to, we'll see. I might play around with 30.
Math for the win. Hey, I DM'd you some markups, some EMAs on a GJ1 and a UJ1 on Discord for you to check out real quick. No, just when you want to, because you'll see that it's 2 different time frames I sent you, and they're both respected. So it's a GJ higher time frame and a UJ lower time frame, and you'll see that the price followed a very consistent pattern. GJ on the way up, UJ on the way down. All good.
One thing I want to create in the future for myself, to get someone to create it for me, is a robot for retest trades. Like any sort of retest trade, just takes it. Usually they're successful. Is that possible?
I mean, isn't there a bot that could do that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like oh, so you like basically a bot, but like have it to my specifications for the retest trades. That's possible, right? I'm pretty sure that's possible. If you want to create something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess anything would be possible if you had the input parameters already predefined, and if they met all your rules, they would execute a trade. It's like coding, right?
Yeah. I want that's what I want to do in the future. So it just takes any retest trades with my rules.
Dude, you should just write code when you're at your job.
Yeah, I wish I knew how to write code, man.
I think
Yep. Yep. And see how once it gets really far away from that line, because the price moved up so fast, it starts to gravitate its way back. Yeah, but there's a lot of wicks in that still. You know, you wouldn't take that based on the rules we've talked about, right? So, true. So what I'm looking at here is I'd look at if the price respects that EMA. It's a 50, it looks like. So if it's respecting that, then with volume, we're probably going to continue up. If for some reason that's disrespected and it's crossed to the downside, and then another candle or two close below that, then that's a pretty strong indication we're going to go back down to that next interest zone. But it would take a long time.
Looking hella fly, breastfeeding out in public, catching everybody's eye with her brand new Orbit stroller and her probiotic smoothie. I hope was checking prices on
Yeah, but look at that. But look at that part right there at the bottom of your chart. That really tall bearish candle completely came back to cross that, and then the next bullish one crossed it down to test the low again. So you'd have to already be out by that point. Yeah. And look at that tall wick underneath that line you were just at. Look at that tall wick to the left, about 12 candles to your left. Wick, keep going. Right there. See, that price was up there, and it did not like that. And it was a hard rejection.
Is breast milk vegan? Can I call you back in a bit? I have to Skype my lactation consultant.
She looks so good when she shops organic, because she cares about her baby and the future of our planet. But life has gotten hectic now that she's become a mom.
Yeah. That's that trade I was looking for last night that came back and bit me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lower time frame, gotta be cautious.
Yeah, trust me, I had a big, dumb trade this morning on lower time frames.
I think Gurjat yelled at me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Is that a 50? Okay. It looks very much like a 50, but okay.
Nope.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, have a look at my trading view. I sent. It shows the EMAs pretty well.
No more TV on the radio, it's NPR, where she heard the interview in her husband's car with her ex-fiance who had gone EDM.
Yeah. But you see how when it fans out, like it tends to go your direction pretty well. So there's a trading system where it crosses. If you can see the blue line, that's 7. The red's 14. When it kind of like touches the 14 and doesn't cross the 21, that's when you look for buys. But so if you look at, have I got?
Henry, is this like a good example where he crossed the 7, touched the 14, but didn't cross the 21?
Yeah. So it's a good example for buy now. So if you look at here, so in this one, it doesn't hit the 21 and it goes down. But you only look for, like, let's say this candle, if it's kind of crosses the 7 and the 14, you look for sells here, or you look for a buy here.
Yeah, so it depends if it's above or below.
Yeah, but when it crosses the green 21, you don't look for a trade. But the sort of like fanning out is a good indication normally.
I mean, just from the ones you pointed out, it looks like it's working out. On areas like this, it didn't go with it. Like probability wise, it looks like it's more than 50%. Then here you wouldn't trade because it's not fanned out. Here you wouldn't trade, it's not fanned out. So it starts to fan out here. So maybe a sell with price action. You take it at the low here, take it down to support, wherever support is, here, wherever you take it.
Yeah, it tends to work all right. There's actually a YouTube video on it. Maybe I'll post it in the group. Interested.
Yeah, not sure, John. Henry, is that in like an alligator thing? Alligator indicator?
No, that's just 3 different EMAs.
Oh, no. Okay, John. So just 3 different EMAs.
Wait, did he say alligator?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
What's the guy called?
And just to talk about GJ, now I think the idea would be waiting for hourly to close in direction. Pardon me? Yeah, I'm saying wait for hourly to close in direction. I mean, for bullish, if someone is looking for buys, because I still think this is good to go up with the hourly to close in direction. And once it breaks the bullish hourly, like the top.
Yeah, I think if we close bullish and we make another higher high and higher low, we'll go up.
Yeah, because theoretically we should have continued down on the previous 30-minute, I feel like. Like it should have already happened because it broke the low there. It should have filled this wick on the hourly that you was there.
Yeah, it's not going to have the volume to push through here though, so buys aren't going to really take you very far.
Yeah, top of the range, possibly. I mean, the new high there.
Night though, stream. Gonna call it. Keeping these Asian sessions short for now. Maybe if we move well, what is today?
Tuesday.
If we move well tonight for the next hour or so, and then tomorrow we move well, maybe Thursday we'll do a normal start at like 6:30 p.m. Central Time and do a full Asian session like 6:30 to 8:30 on Thursday if we move well tonight and tomorrow. Oh, okay. I might move if we move well tonight and tomorrow. But I will see you guys in New York session tomorrow.
Yeah, and just remember what we